This snowball just doomed an entire village. It calls a satellite strike from orbit. You only get one shot every 10 minutes. Then the sky answers. Total annihilation. No mods, just command blocks. This is the Orbital Strike Cannon. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on setting up our cooldown timer and our snowball return system. I have a few commands we need to type into the chat. The first one I want us to do is going to be game rule, and we're going to do command block output, and we're going to do false. That's going to stop the command blocks from filling up your screen with all of their outputs as they run. A lot of these are repeating command blocks, so they constantly fill your screen up with commands unless you use that rule. The other two are for a specific timer or score that we're going to set up. We're going to use the scoreboard command here, so / scoreboard objectives. We're going to add cooldown. It's going to be a dummy. That's the only thing we can really do in Bedrock, and I'm going to call it cooldown. I am going to capitalize the second cooldown because that's the one that's going to appear on the screen. So once you go ahead and press enter on that, it's going to say that you created that. I already have one. And the next thing I want you to do is / scoreboard objectives, set to display, sidebar, and then cooldown. And what this is going to do is it's going to put that specific score on the side of your screen. I believe yours will be starting off at 0. And then what we're going to do is I have a few command blocks here, and we're going to set that system up so that we have a 10-minute cooldown for the orbital strike, and then it will automatically return the item to you. If you don't know how to get a command block, do / give @ command _ block. That'll put it right in your inventory there. And the first one we're using, we're going to set to repeating, always active. Going to have a 20 tick delay there. And what we're doing is execute as, and we're going to look for a player with the strike tag. That's going to be how we get the ability. So if you want to give yourself the ability right now, go ahead and just do tag @ add strike. And then as we set this up, you will be the one that gets the ability. I already have the tag currently. As you put yours in, it'll say that you have that tag. All right, so we're looking for the player that has that strike tag. And then we're also checking for a specific item situation with the has item selector. So it's looking for a snowball in the hotbar with a quantity of 0. So if we don't have a snowball, we have the strike tag. And then if score cooldown matches between 1 and 600, it's going to run this command here, scoreboard players remove @ cooldown 1. Which, with a tick of 20, this is only going to happen once per second. So what this is doing is it's checking to see if your current score is between 1 and 600. It's going to take 1 away every second. Now, if we start at 600, that is exactly 10 minutes. If you want your cooldown to be shorter or longer, this is going to be the number that you're going to want to change right here. And then we're also going to check that in another command as well. And then here, I have repeating, always active. This one, however, we're not going to do any delays. We're going to execute as, and we're looking for that player with the strike tag. If your score for cooldown matches 0, it's going to run replace item, and then it's going to replace an item for you specifically. You're the entity. We're looking for the player with the strike tag. Slot that hotbar 8, keep snowball 1. So when that timer hits 0, it's going to give you the snowball. And then here I have repeating, always active. And again, this one has no delay. And we're going to execute as the player with the strike tag. Has item, item equals snowball, location equals slot.hotbar. So this time, if you have the snowball, we're then going to run scoreboard, player set @ cooldown 600. So this is going to then, if once you get the snowball, reset your timer all the way up to 10 minutes. So between that first command block and this one, those are the numbers you're going to want to change to influence how big your timer is. 300 is 5 minutes, 900 is 15, Now these right now is about 1 per second because we have that first command block set to only run once every 20 ticks. So just divide whatever it is by 60 and that'll give you how many minutes you have. Alright, so now the timer system and the replace item command are all set for the snowball. How do we get the actual strike to work? So for that, we're going to start off over here. I have these 3 sets of command blocks. And so the first thing I'm going to do here is repeating always active, no delay. We're going to execute as the player who has that strike tag. So as them, at them, and we're going to run tag. Any snowball within a range of 2, we're going to add the spot tag. So this is basically checking for when we throw a snowball. It's going to give it that tag so that the game knows, hey, that is specifically spot. This one here is chain conditional always active. And what we're doing is slash execute at E tag equals spot. So it's at that snowball. We're going to do positioned tilde tilde 3 tilde, which means we're going to position this command above the snowball. Unless entity at E name equals target. So unless that entity named target exists, we're going to run summon. We're going to summon an armor stand named target. And that'll be at that position 3 blocks above the snowball. And then here, repeating always active, we're going to run effects. And the armor stand that we just summoned in, named target, we're going to give it invisibility, 1/1 true. And then chain conditional always active. I'm going to execute at the snowball named spot, or tagged spot rather, sorry. And I'm going to teleport the armor stand named target. I'm going to teleport it 2 blocks above the snowball. So we're going to spawn that armor stand in above the snowball, and we're going to keep it there the entire time that the snowball exists. Alright, and then this one here, we got repeating always active. This one we're going to execute as that new armor stand that we created named target. We're going to execute as it, at it, unless this entity named spot exists, unless the block beneath us is air. We're going to run fill tilde 1 tilde tilde 1 tilde negative 1 tilde tilde negative 1 netherite block. This is going to create a 1 block tall, 3 wide, 3 deep pad of netherite blocks. More or less, this is like the device unfolding, and then from here we're going to shoot some kind of signal up into the air to let the satellite know where we are to lock onto us. So this is the machine unfolding. And then here, chain conditional always active. Like I mentioned, we're going to execute as the armor stand named target at its location. Unless clear exists, we'll then run summon armor stand clear tilde tilde 1 tilde. So this is going to summon a new armor stand 1 block above the original one. This one's name is clear though. This is going to be the signal, and it serves a couple different purposes. Alright, so now we're going to get to our main chain. And at the first one, repeating always active, we're going to run effects at that new armor stand named clear, and we're going to give it invisibility. Here, chain conditional always active. We're going to do effect again at that same armor stand. This time, however, we're giving it levitation. And you'll notice that I have 200 and then I have 20. Sometimes levitation stops working. I'm not sure why. So I wanted to put a big number there just to cover my basis, and 20 because it needs to be fast. And then here, chain conditional always active. We're going to execute at that armor stand's position, and we're going to run fill. Tilde negative 1 tilde, tilde negative 1, tilde 1, tilde 10, tilde 1, air. What this is going to do is, as that armor stand rises up, this is going to clear all the space above it so that it can go all the way up to the sky. And then here, chain unconditional always active. We want to make sure that this one's unconditional. What we're doing here is we're going to execute at that armor stand named target, unless the entity named spot, so as long as the snowball's not there, if entity named clear, x tilde y 301 z equals tilde. This is checking for that entity that we just sent levitating up into the sky. If it's above 301, it's going to run this command here, run set block tilde tilde 1 tilde beacon. So this command here is going to place a beacon down on the netherite blocks only once the signal we shot up into the air more or less reaches the atmosphere. Alright, and then the next one we have here, chain conditional always active. Once that happens, we're now going to tag the armor stand named target, and we're going to add the destroy tag. This works as a trigger. We're going to use this to create the explosion. And that's got no delays. And then this one here, kill clear, chain conditional always active. We're going to kill that armor stand that we shot all the way up into the sky. So over here, we have a couple command blocks real quick. Repeat, unconditional, always active. And we're going to execute this one at the armor stand named clear. So this is the signal that we shoot up into the sky. And we're going to run particle. Minecraft trial spawner detection ominous, tilde -0.5, tilde -0.5. This creates that blue particle effect that you see when we shoot the signal up into the sky. And then here, chain conditional always active, we're going to execute at that armor stand's position. If target is still close by, so this is only going to run at the beginning when it's still near the original armor stand. And we're going to run ticking area, add circle, tilde, 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 3 targets. And that is going to create a ticking area around that position so that as we run away, that area still stays loaded. We want to make sure this happens because otherwise, some of this might not happen until you move back into the area. And then coming over here, this is our destruction line. So repeating, always active, and we're going to do this one with a 10-tick delay, not executing on the first tick. We're going to execute at the position of the armor stand named target that we gave that new tag destroy, as long as it's at least 40 blocks away from here. I'm doing that to avoid these command blocks from being destroyed, and we're going to do it as the armor stand at its location, and we're going to run fill. So this is the inner blast. What we're doing is fill, tilde -16, tilde -2, tilde -16, tilde 16, tilde 27, tilde 16, fire destroy. So this is a large, tall blast area in the middle. It goes tall enough to destroy most structures, that are going to be in that blast zone. The next one here, chain conditional always active. Very similar, we're going to execute again at the tagged destroy named target, not nearby here, armor stand. This time it's tilde -30, tilde, tilde -30, tilde 30, tilde 7, tilde 30, fire destroy. This one is nowhere near as tall. In fact, this one is much wider and lower down. So this is the outer blast area. This is going to be a ring around the main blast zone. And then here, chain conditional always active, we're going to kill that armor stand that is tagged to destroy. And then the last thing here, chain conditional always active, I'm going to remove the ticking area that I created there. You only get 10 of those at a time. So if we're going to create one at the explosion site, we're going to want to get rid of it because otherwise you're going to fill up your ticking areas and then this won't work properly. All right, and then down here, repeating, always active, execute at E, tag equals destroy. So this is going to execute at the position of the armor stand named destroy. We're going to run play sound, ambient.weather.thunder at A R equals 90. So any players within 90 blocks of where the explosion happens, depending on how close you are, because volume does fall off, you will hear the explosion sound. So if you run too far away, you won't necessarily hear it. If you stay nearby, you will definitely hear it. Is this build too slow for you? Then check out this missile system. It reloads instantly and melts everything it touches. Watch the full build right here. This is Brown Code 67. I'll catch you next time.